Hi everybody, this is Jess. I'm back to give you a tarot reading. This is a tarot reading I call an energy power tarot reading. For the disclaimer, I just want to say, if you feel no one is listening, the universe is. This is a general reading for your entertainment and enlightenment, delivered from the universe through me right now. I advise you to keep what applies and let the rest fly. I'm listening. Let's get started. So this is energy power reading. What it contains is a balancing axis and two scales. So it has like a center part, and each side part has another adds something to the center part. What you see here is a pyramid, and with that there'll be a spell done at the end of the reading. So if you're not into witchcraft, you can turn off at that time, and I thank you for listening to the rest of it. But if you're into witchcraft, you might want to stick around and see what happens. And I'll use these little guys here, the little cards there, to do that. However, the magic part is going to happen after I use the little cards. So little cards will be used in this reading, but then the actual spell part takes place after that. So all of you who aren't into witchcraft, you still get to see the little cards. Don't worry about that. I know they're adorable. So basically now I'm going to get started. I'm going to get started with this deck. This is the Wild Goddess deck. And I have this on here because this message is not meant for you. So I have to shuffle the cards off camera, and then I will have the message for you. So this is the first card. And this is all about the energy that you need to manifest your desires. One thing I will say, to me, I feel the best way to manifest your desires is to take into account the stimulating energy in your life and the depleting energy in your life. And then you have like the intention that you can make. So this middle card is going to help us look at the stimulating and depleting energies and how they relate to your intention. Also, I want to mention that I do have another crystal here. This is a carnelian with Venus retrograde right now at the end of December 2021. I know people believe in retrograde. I personally don't believe in it, but if you're really into that, this could be helpful to you. The carnelian represents Venus. And this is onyx here. It's a pyramid, and you'll get to see what happens with that at the end. So let's get started with this. I'm going to shuffle 3 times and then ask Spirit a question. Oops, it's hard to shuffle. I just got these cards. I really enjoy using them though, because they have great wisdom on them. I like their directness. Okay, Spirit, what is the intention that the collective needs to harness their energy from right now? Okay. So we have number 49, the Traveler. There you go. And now I'm going to read this. I'm saying we, but that's because I'm working with Spirit. There you go. Let travel, education, and communication systems take you and your ideas to the world, and or use the same to bring the world to you. Okay, that's a good intention. I'm going to leave it up like this. I'll let you look at this one more time, but then I'm going to leave it up with the words because I think the words are so important. But maybe I'll take a look at the symbols here. This woman looks almost like she has to make a decision. She has to make a decision about how she's going to use her energy to influence those around her. She's got people in her life that are very dear to her. And, you know, she's not sure how her actions are going to affect them or anybody else. So she needs to make her decision carefully. That could be relevant for somebody out there. I know this is general and lots of people have access to this video. And I try to keep the messages as general as possible so that more people get benefit from it. Now we've got the earth back there. Yeah, it's about taking care of the earth too. Perhaps people are thinking about the environment right now. With the Venusian energy, I would think there are more people who want to go outside and enjoy the weather and maybe even be with those they love. Because Venus is all about love and giving, and it's also about kind of like the lushness of the earth, that feeling of being cradled by the earth. So yeah, this person has a lot on their mind. They're really trying to figure out what direction they want to go in. That's what I'm getting, is somebody actually has a direction they want to go in and they're not sure if it's the right one. So that's what this reading is to help with, is to help you harness your energy to figure out what direction you want to go in. I also need to point out that this number is number 49, and that adds up to 13. And then that adds up to 4. So 4 is a stability number. I'd say that's something that whoever is trying to make a decision, they're thinking of stability first. And maybe perhaps they are worried that their decision could create some chaos. Wow. Okay, that's very powerful. So I'm going to keep these cards here on the table. Now, first I'm going to deal 2 cards. Well, I should say pull 2 cards, not really deal. We're dealing with life here. I'm going to pull 2 cards from the Hermetic Tarot deck. This is a black and white deck. It's a little hard for me to use, but I've got my special glasses on so I can see them a little easier. So don't worry about that. If those who may not know, I have Erland syndrome, so there are certain modifications I have to make, like this white light and that kind of thing. Anyways, that out of the way. Let's shuffle this. This is for the stimulating energy. So I'm pulling 2 cards, and I will... well, I said stimulating, so I guess we're going with that. This is the stimulating energy. That's interesting. We're going to start with the good news first. Just go with it. Okay. Spirit, what is the stimulating energy for the intention of choosing how to travel to help somebody figure out what they want to do with their life? Okay, I think I'm gonna have to do it like this. I'm gonna do it like that so you can see them. Okay, so we've got the Ace of Swords, Lord of the Root of the Powers of Air. Alright, so that's an air sign card. Aces tend to be for any of the air signs. It's not just for one, like some of the other cards in the deck. So it can be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I'm not going to say, oh, it's a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius trying to make a decision. It's really more, for me, about the wisdom of the signs. So this is the wisdom that needs to be taken in when you're thinking about your decision. and your intention. Okay, and then the next card is the Emperor, Son of the Morning. Now this is an Aries card here. Alright. So that's interesting. Fire energy, fire and air. Air tends to feed fire. Fire thrives on air. It's almost like they need each other. I would say for the stimulating energy, you need to find something that you start with that you can continue to do over and over again and make your manifestations real. Let's take a look at the symbols here. Now we have the Ace of Swords. It's kind of like these clouds. Oh, I see. That's the hand coming out. And there's a crown on the sword. So I'm thinking like conquests, conquering some problems. I just got love conquers all. So perhaps somebody is thinking of love too. Maybe there's a relationship they're thinking of. I don't know. Maybe, you know, the decision that you're going to be making affects that relationship. It may be that kind of thing where like either you lose the relationship or you gain it back, but depending on the decision you make. Now we have this one, and there's this guy, and he's got like a wand. Now the wands in this deck are like these flowers, I think, and there's a lot of orb energy here. They show a ram. Yeah, this Emperor, he's got the world under his foot. He steps on the world to get to the sky. That's what I just heard. So somebody, I feel somebody with masculine energy is stepping onto a stone. They're climbing up a ladder, but it's really like a stone staircase. Very stable staircase. And they got high aspirations, high dreams. And it's possible that traveling is the only way for them to make those dreams happen. That's the stimulating energy. So traveling is actually the catalyst for getting the manifestations going. Now let's look at the Aquarian Tarot. We're going to look at the depleting energy. So this is like the negative, what they call negative shadow energy, dark energy. The stimulating was like the light energy, high vibrational. I can't even, I'm trying to shuffle these and it's like, it's so hard. Okay, I think somebody has something they want to say and they're like clogged up or something. Okay, Spirit, what is the depleting energy on this person's travels? So I'm going to do 2 cards again. And Spirit wants me to reverse this one. Okay. Alright. Now I'm going to show this to you upright so that you can see what it actually is. And then I'm going to read it reversed. So this is the World card. That's number 21. The Emperor is number 4, by the way. Just so you know. And then we have 10 of Swords. Okay. So the World, I believe, is Saturn. And Venus is in retrograde right now in Capricorn. So, yeah, why don't we just put this under here. There, you can see everything. Okay, so Venus is in retrograde. It's Capricorn season for Venus. As I said, I don't believe in retrograde. It's a trick of the human eye. I feel it's almost like a trick of the human spirit. So the more you believe in it, the more it's going to cause a problem. Now, there are other astrological things I believe in, but that's one of them I don't. I usually don't get affected by them. That's just my view. That's my personal view. Anyways, the world is Saturn. The world is completion, and I feel that the depleting energies that you, the viewer, feel like no matter how much you try to complete something, you're not able to. There always seems to be something in the way. Ten of Swords is Gemini energy. I'd say perhaps you have people in your life who are kind of like, well, they're malicious. They have malicious intent. And I don't like warning people, you know, I'm not like a warning person. But, I feel like there's somebody who's always in the way, who's like tearing you down. One person. It's one. It's not a group. One person is tearing you down. Now with Gemini, Gemini tends to be critical. They overanalyze, and Virgo does the same. They overanalyze and they're critical. But I feel like with Gemini, it's more critical about like things that don't mean anything. You know, flighty thoughts, things that have nothing to do with organizing anything or anything constructive. They tend to be comments just to like get a rise out of you, kind of like entertainment. Really, I don't want to be a bad warning person. So I feel like when I say malicious, it's like somebody who like gets their jollies off of making fun of you. That sucks. It doesn't necessarily mean somebody's evil. So I'm not going to say, oh, they're evil, but I feel like it's like you have somebody in your life who, like, let's say, I don't know, you do something with your artwork, like you're almost done with your artwork, and you're like feeling really good about it, and the person comes in and says, oh, that looks like a freaking peach. What is that? And like, it's not supposed to be a peach, it's like some other thing. And, and like, it totally deflated you. And, that's the kind of thing you've got to be careful of. And now I'm going to turn this upright. In order, you know, to keep this upright, in order to complete your work, you need to make sure that that you do your best not to take in those kinds of comments. Like just let it go. It's harder than, it's extremely hard to do. I know what it's like to be in that situation. I hate it. However, I feel like this idea of this stimulating energy, I feel like whoever is reading this, you're an artist, or a writer. You know, with Gemini here, you could be a writer. And maybe you even do like art that has text. With the Venusian energy, I mean, I'm thinking art, big time. And you need to balance your thoughts with your feelings in order to get things done, so that you're not worried that you won't complete it. If you have like a balanced mindset in place before you even start creating, then when that person says something stupid like that, don't worry about it, because it wasn't part of your intention. I'm just wiping my nose, scratching my nose. That's the psychic thing. I just hit on something there. Yeah, like if you have your intention in place, then you don't have to worry about whether things are going to work out or not. I have a feeling that your art will take you new places if you're not able to travel. I know with COVID right now, traveling isn't really the easiest option, but I feel if even if you aren't able to travel, perhaps maybe you find places in town to go to. I'm getting that maybe you go to like an educational center and you teach children how to work on different pieces of art. With Saturn is all about discipline, and I think of school, but I'm getting child energy for some reason. I don't know why. You know, with Ten of Swords, I know Ten of Swords is a really dark card. But I just think of like teasing children, like children who tease people when I see all those swords. I know that the Ten of Swords is supposed to be like this extremely dark card. And in some decks, yes it is, because there's blood spurting from the places where the swords are. But look, see, in this card, swords, there's no blood at all. No blood, not a drop. And it's like, you know, when you have, it doesn't even have to be actual people. It can be like thoughts that you had in the past that are stuck in your head from all those years back. That could be a real problem too. So now you get to see these little cards here, and I'm going to shuffle these on camera because it's like extra entertaining. So basically what'll happen is each of these cards gets a clarifying playing card. So here we go. And then I'll ask Spirit to clarify these cards. So silly. You know, everybody has different things they do. They have charms, they have game pieces, and I had game pieces like for a little while. But really, I love these little cards. And they have moons on them, and I feel like it's like somebody used them for fortune telling. I don't even know where I bought them from, to be honest. I found them with my cards, so I must have bought them when I was young. I mean, they didn't just appear out of nowhere. I collect playing cards. And they're perfect for this pyramid spell that I want to do for you. Now, in the future, I might actually build a pyramid and of wire and stone that's larger, so I can use some of the other cards I have, because I have other cards that I really love to use. But I thought this would be fun. This is too much. I love it. This is so entertaining, isn't it? I don't even know what that was. Looked like a court card, but that's not part of the message, so don't worry about it. Somebody's got their eye on you. That's what I take that to mean. Somebody's got their eye on you. Okay. I don't know what that means. Now, with the world card, it could be the world has their eye on you. I know the world's got their eye on me right now, right? I'm on YouTube. Everybody has access to me now. Not hiding anywhere. Uh-oh. So silly. I love it, though. It's funny. Oh, it's all part of the process, guys. And if you can't have fun what you're doing, then what's the point, right? Well, that's my motto. Oh, jeez. There was no reverse in here, so, okay. So, like, the only cards not in this deck, there's jokers, but there's no real pages. So, I think what I do sometimes is, like, if a joker comes out, I need to mark it, I think, but, like, if it comes out one way, it'll have, like, a dot, like, of one color, and then it'll have, like, a symbol or something on the other side that's a different one, so I have to go through and figure that out. I'll just read it as Spirit says, if that comes out. I think there are jokers in this deck. Okay, so really it is the minor arcana here. And I'm going to ask a question. Spirit, please clarify the stimulating energy, the intention energy. No, we're going to do the stimulating energy first. Spirit, please clarify the stimulating energy first. So that's the two cards on the left. I love this. This is hilarious. Okay. I know, this is like so entertaining, isn't it? I'm kidding. Actually, it is kind of funny. I have to admit, if I saw this, I'd probably be laughing at it by now. I'm laughing right now, but I'm channeling, so I'm not quite, I'm just kind of in it. So I'm just going to put them down, and then I'll read them all. Can we clarify the depleting energy, please. Okay, I'm just gonna have to do it like this because this is not working. But it's so cute though. Okay. Oh, 2 came out. No, 3 came out. That's too much. Okay, so clarify that. And now let's clarify, oops. Let's clarify the stimulation, stimulation, depletion, balancing energy, which is in the center, about traveling. This is ridiculous, man. I love it. It's so funny. Okay. Okay, that's enough of that. Oh boy, guys, this is pretty funny, wasn't it? Okay, let's get these back in order. Okay. Alright, so what we've got here for the stimulating energy, we have the King of Diamonds, which is the King of Pentacles in playing cards. Diamonds equal Pentacles. We have the 5 of Diamonds, which is the 5 of Pentacles, and there is no reversal here. You just kind of have to take in both the reverse and the upright for playing cards. Now, for the stimulation energy, we have 5 of Hearts, so that's the 5 of Cups. And the other stimulation energy, we have 6 of Cups here, 6 of Hearts, which equals 6 of Cups. And then, that's interesting, I'll talk more about that in a little bit. Oh, this card got stuck on me. Okay. We have 4 of Hearts here, so that is the 4 of Cups. Oh, that's very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. We've got the King of Pentacles, and it is clarifying the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords. So King of Pentacles is all about kind of like having your ducks in a row, having everything in order to get things done. Well, like the reverse of that is like somebody who doesn't have their stuff together. So I'm thinking, like, perhaps your bright idea, you're worried that you're not going to be able to carry it through. But you need to stimulate that. You need to think of the things that will help you carry it through. Then we have the 5 of Diamonds, which is the 5 of Pentacles. And that is clarifying the Emperor. The 5 of Pentacles is a card about kind of like feeling like you're poor. And you know, it's not just poor in money, although that can be part of it with Pentacles. It's poor in spirit. It's feeling like your spirit is beaten down. With the Emperor here, the Emperor is the stimulation energy. You have to figure out how to bring your spirits back up. I'm not even getting like a happy, any kind of like positive messages from this 5 of Pentacles. You're really drained. Somebody has broken your spirit real bad. I'm feeling it right now. It feels terrible. And I'll get to that over here. Now we have 5 of Cups. This is somebody, this has to do with mourning. Mourning the loss of something. It could be somebody, but I'm feeling like this is more of a career reading. So it's like mourning the loss of a career. Perhaps you had one career and now you're choosing a different one. And that could be causing some consternation with your friends and family. Now, this is interesting that I had channeled. Sorry about that, guys. It cut off right before I began to channel about this. But Spirit has a way of letting me know something's really important. Yes, the battery does have a set time, so but I didn't realize how long I was channeling. So I'm going to take it as a sign that this is very important here. Now, this is the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups has to do with nostalgia. And I was channeling that the swords were like little children who were teasing another child. And I would say that perhaps you're dealing with a childhood friend. Now, I have a little story about that. I don't even know if the person still follows me on YouTube. It's kind of silly for them too, because I'm about to say some stuff. I'm not going to mention them or anything, but I'll just say this. I had a friend that I just felt we had a tough relationship when I was growing up. She was always critical of me, kind of always saying like she was better than me in some way, even if she didn't actually say it out loud. She always found a way to try to tease me and try to make me feel small. And she was no different in my adulthood. I'll just let you know this. We argued over Girl Scout cookies. That's how petty she was. And she just acted horribly about this thing with Girl Scouts, and just said awful stuff about Girl Scouts, and that bothered me. And I felt like she was real nasty about it when I called her out on it. It just was really ridiculous. I mean, we both were bad. However, I felt like the old ways were coming back. She didn't learn a thing from the past. So, I don't even know if she still watches my YouTube channel. She may still watch it. With that story, she knows who she is. I don't know if that's significant to you out there, but I think what I'm saying is, like, perhaps maybe you knew somebody through a childhood organization like Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts. I mean, it could be anything. I'm getting that, like, somebody had like a music program they were in. Now I'm getting music, not like an actual song, but like somebody was in a music program and somebody teased them over how they played the guitar. However, I feel I'm feeling somebody was teased about that, and it really affected their career. They never played again. That's how bad it was. I'll say this, my friend, she was bad, but I don't know if, like, I stopped doing things because she said it was bad. I'm sorry that you went through that. I didn't expect to get that message. That's what Spirit does. Sometimes there's something really important that they have to let me know. For you, because it's possible I'm getting multiple messages here. For you, perhaps you need to go to a place where you feel safe to play music again. And you need to find a teacher who is willing to be patient with you. I'm getting that you may be in your 20s. So you're not quite like an adult, a full adult that I consider a full adult. I think when you get to like 30 something, you're more adult. You're like a new adult. And this is still a very bad, like a wound. It feels like a wound. Now the sword card looks even more worse for you. But so it's what it sounds like is somebody teased you mercilessly throughout school and told you were a terrible guitar player. You had hearing issues, and there were times when it was hard for you to tune the guitar, and so it wasn't quite right. Oh boy, that's a bad one. That's awful. I'm really sorry that you went through that. I'm like tearing up right now. I actually have a hearing loss issue too. I became deaf after a it was like I got a fever or something and I became deaf. So I had hearing up until I was 3 in my left ear, and then I lost it. But I have very sensitive hearing in my right ear now. I hear better than some people who hear with both ears. But it's like maybe that's something to work on. I don't know your situation. I don't know if you're like fully deaf and you had to get like a cochlear implant. Perhaps maybe one ear hears better than the other, and focus on that ear. Now what I did to get my hearing really well, I don't even wear a hearing aid, but to get my hearing where it's pretty well, not that I can hear everything, but what I did was I listened to the sound on the TV real low, just enough that I could hear what they were saying. I did it with music, I did it with people talking, and that really helped me gain sensitivity in my hearing. I'm not a doctor, so I mean, please ask your doctor if that's safe to do. I don't know what your situation is. I'm getting that maybe you have a cochlear implant. I think on that, I think you can turn it up as much as you need. However, what I'm getting is that if you turn the volume up too high, it could distort how you hear the actual notes when you're playing. I'm thinking either an implant or hearing aids. Wow, I did not expect that. Really, my heart goes out to you, whoever is hearing this. Oh man, my eyes are like tearing up. Well, okay, I'm gonna say this. My friend, she actually teased me for being well, I don't want to say, she didn't know there was much wrong with me, but she knew there was something wrong with me. And it turns out I have bipolar 1, and so like, but actually what she teased me on was like the way I saw things. Really, like I would squint my eyes and stuff, and it turned out that I just didn't have the right glasses. But she thought she had something on me, and she teased me for being disabled, basically. She was a real piece of work. I have forgotten about that as I channeled this. That don't I didn't forget about it when I cut her off like last year. I didn't let her know anything about it, but she probably forgot. Who knows, maybe she paid her karma. I don't know, I have no idea, but it was pretty bad. I forgot about that. But I'm remembering now. Yeah, that's really terrible. Spirit is saying you'll overcome it. You'll overcome this issue. You have to just figure out with your doctors and also with some experimentation how to adjust your way of doing things to create the best music possible. I actually have to adjust how I do my art because I wear glasses that are a different tint color than clear, and I see things very vividly. So like a lot of times I take my glasses off to see the colors, but I realize I really shouldn't do that because I need to like do art that expresses how I really feel. And I feel better when I have my tinted glasses on because the world doesn't look like it's shaking, the world doesn't look like it's falling apart. That's what happens with Erland syndrome. Certain things look like they're shaking and blurred and stuff like that. It almost looks like things are gonna fall, and for me anyways. And so my brain somehow has balanced it enough that I don't notice it. But when I was young, it was tough. I had a real tough time with vision, and I didn't even have tinted glasses until I was in my 20s. But I chose to do that. Nobody told me to do that. And it was like Spirit's way of letting me know, hey, you need tinted glasses. and I got half-tinted glasses. I had no idea I had this syndrome. And the half tint actually was not good for me either, but it was better to have some tint than not at all. It probably kept me sane. But boy, I didn't expect this reading to take such a serious turn. Really, yeah, people who make fun of disabled people need to get their, you know what, beaten out of them. I'm not gonna curse, because frankly they don't deserve the energy. Spirit will give them that energy that they have to deal with. And it comes back around. I know it does. I'll just say that. You tease disabled people, you're gonna get some stuff. There's gonna be some stuff. And you know, it happens. Even people who, you know, don't usually do things like that, they just, you know, do something stupid and they tease somebody, but it gets them back. And I mean, I'm just gonna say that. But I mean, I've never teased anybody over something like that. I usually, there's other things that I've kind of been bad about, but it's nothing to worry about. I'm just like, wow, this is very powerful, Spirit. I just kind of have to sit with this. I didn't expect that message. That's the thing that happens when you really embrace Spirit. You never know what's going to come out, and you never know what's going to be revealed. And because I'm tapping into general energy here, collective energy, I'm learning that that there's a lot out there that a lot of us are all connected with. You know, it's, you're like 6 degrees from somebody, and I feel like I'm connecting with somebody right now. I have a hearing loss issue, and so do you, whoever I'm speaking to. Now with the art, there could be people with vision issues too. Art, music, writing, dyslexia, perhaps maybe people listening in, maybe you all have your own challenges. Okay. Well, you know, I want to do a spell with this pyramid, and it's totally up to you to decide not to participate in this. Basically, it's more like an intention sending out, but it's considered magic because I do use a 5-point system, except I'm using a pyramid. In magic, now if you don't want to hear about this, thank you for listening in. What I'll let you know is, like, the best thing to do is when you're thinking of your intention, you know, take in what's been said here, and just take what applies, and you know, leave the rest behind. Okay, like, don't let anything get in your way of figuring out what you truly want. This is general, so there's so many people listening. It's a big collective. And you know, just think and feel and balance that out on your intention. Now here it was traveling, so perhaps traveling somewhere will be the best thing for you. Maybe you'll find people who help you achieve your goals. Maybe they give you tools to help you achieve your goals. So that's what I got for that. Now I'm going to do the spell, so I'm going to explain this. So all of you who want to be here and see what happens with the pyramid, this is actually the first time I'm doing this, but I feel this was meant to happen. This was meant to happen. And this is certainly not dark witchcraft here. This is a balancing energy exercise. but it's witchcraft. I consider it witchcraft because I use the pentagram system, except that it's not a pentagram. I'm using a pyramid, but the pentagram has 5 elements, and the elements are earth and spirit. So you have the one point on the east of the star, which is the east. You have, for me, this is how I do it. On the other point, you have the south. Then the next point is the west. Then the across point from the east is the north. And then the top point is spirit. It's ether. And all of those things come together to create something really beautiful that you can send out into the universe, and it's there forever. As long as it's really beautiful and helpful to you and others, it's there forever. If you do like real nasty stuff, curses and stuff like that, that's kind of like backfires. I feel that doesn't work, in my opinion, to get anything that you want. And I have to admit, when I just heard here, I could see somebody wanting to curse somebody, but I know that's not the type of person you are. I know my viewers are not that type, and I'm just gonna say it. My viewers don't do stuff like that. I feel it in my heart. My viewers are courageous, and they face things through working on it, and also feeling it, and facing their fears, and channeling their inner desires to have the life they want. They don't go after people and tear them down to get what they want. You know, I channeled this stimulating energy. I feel almost like the guy stepping on the world to get to the sky. Well, you know, it's like somebody stepping on others to get to where they want. And perhaps that was something you felt happened. Now it's stimulating energy, so I feel like what it means is like somebody who uses like the help they've received, the advice. Now I'm going to say with an Aries, the advice he or she receives helps them move up towards the higher place, wherever the high place is for them that they're trying to get to. So that's what I see. That's the healthy way to see it. And that's in the stimulating pile, so I'm taking that. So let's get started with the spell, okay? I'm going to do this over here. I'm going to do it over here and just let you see it in real time. So what I'm going to do is take the stimulating energy. The stimulating energy will be on the east and the south, and the dark energy is going to be, I'm sorry, yeah, east and south, and then west and north are going to have the dark energy. And I'm kind of going based off of weather here. You know, east and south is kind of like cold, hot and cold. And you know, I'd say that with that, you have a lot of stimulation because the everything is going haywire. So it does balance out eventually. And then in the other two elements, I'd say that there's like more of an even temperature there, but there's a lot more wind and carrying things places. And you know, it can get cold just because of the constant wind. So that's where that comes in. And then that intention card is the spirit. So let's do this. I'm going to put the King of Pentacles here. We're going to put the Five of Pentacles here. We're going to put the Five of Cups here. We're going to put the Six of Cups here. And now we're going to put our intention card a little bit under the pyramid, because you've got to be grounded in the space to do it. And I've decided to set it up that way. Now, before we get started, I'm going to program the stone. I'm going to ask my spirit guide to please cleanse the stone. Thank you. And now that I have the stone, I'm going to hold it like this. And you can take a look at it. And focus on your intention. Do you want to travel somewhere? Do you want to go someplace warm? You want to go someplace cold? You need to go someplace that has both hot and cold to experience what you need. And that can be metaphorical too. You could travel in your mind. You want the Gemini card here. You can travel in person somewhere. You can read books, go anywhere you want if you're reading a book in your head. So just think of your intention. And now I'm going to put this here. May you experience travel in the best way possible for you. May you be able to do things in an accessible way to excel in life. Blessings. And now I'm going to read my last tagline. Let's see what I've got here. Thanks for listening. Apply what works. Release what doesn't. Until we meet again, take care. Bye.